What's up, everybody? Coach Daisha here, bringing you another hot topic. As you know, I just steal these hot topic ideas straight from the patients and the clients that I get to work with on a daily basis. And this one really hit home. And so I wanted to devote an entire video to what it means to understand the mind body connection when we are not just strength training, but exercising in general, especially for those of us who are trying to improve our bone health. So let's get started. When we talk about exercise for osteoporosis, we usually focus on the physical stuff, the weights, the reps, the proper form. But there's this whole other dimension that doesn't get enough attention. What's happening in your mind while you're moving your body? So today I want to explore how your thoughts affect your movement, and more importantly, how we can build that confidence that makes all the difference in your results. So first, let's talk about what I call the bone confidence gap. When you've been diagnosed with osteoporosis, it's totally normal to feel some hesitation around movement. I see this all the time within our community. Here's what happens. You learn you have bone loss, and suddenly every movement feels risky. That creates tension in your body. And when your body is tense, guess what? Your movement actually becomes less fluid, less stable, and ironically, less safe. It becomes this cycle. Fear leads to tension. Tension leads to restricted movement. Restricted movement reinforces the fear. But the good news, this cycle can absolutely be reversed. When you experience successful movement, even small wins, your brain starts building new neural pathways. These successes build confidence, and confidence leads to better movement. It's a beautiful upward spiral once you get it started. So, how do we build this confidence? First, we start with what I call guaranteed success movements. These are movements where you know you'll be successful. Maybe it's just sitting tall in a chair with good posture, or standing with your weight evenly distributed on both feet. These seem simple, but they're actually building your proprioception, which is just your body's position awareness, knowing where you are in space and time. Before you ever add weight or resistance, get comfortable with how movement feels in your body. Create an environment where you feel psychologically safe. Maybe that means having a chair nearby or practicing near a wall for support. Something really powerful you can do is visualization. Before attempting a movement that feels challenging, close your eyes and imagine yourself performing it with perfect form, feeling strong and capable. This actually activates many of the same neural pathways as physical practice. Now, let's get practical. Here are some specific techniques you can use. Try a body mapping exercise. Before your workout, take 30 seconds to mentally scan your body from head to toe, just noticing sensations without judgment. This heightens your awareness during movement. Use progressive exposure for challenging movements. If squats feel scary, start with a quarter squat to a high surface. As that feels comfortable, gradually increase the range and decrease the support. Pay attention to your self-talk during exercise. If you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this, or this is dangerous for me, try replacing it with, I'm learning how to do this safely, or I'm building strength with each movement. And ladies and gentlemen, don't ever underestimate the power of breathing. When we're anxious about movement, we tend to hold our breath. Instead, establish a rhythm of breathing that supports your movement. Exhale during the effort phase. This naturally stabilizes your core and makes movement safer. So, how do you implement all this? You start simple. Before each workout, take 60 seconds for a quick body scan meditation. Just close your eyes, notice how your body feels, and set an intention for your session. Set realistic intentions that focus on quality, not quantity. Instead of, I need to do 10 reps, try, I'm going to focus on how this movement feels in my body. Create a personal movement affirmation, something like, I move with strength and confidence, or my body is capable and resilient. Say it to yourself during challenging moments. And finally, consider keeping a quick movement journal. Just jot down how you felt during exercise, moments where you felt confident, and areas where you want to grow. This makes your progress visible. Just remember, building confidence in movement isn't just a nice bonus, it's fundamental to your results. When you move with confidence, you engage muscles more effectively, you're more likely to maintain proper form, and you'll be consistent with your practice. This mind body connection is powerful medicine for your bones and your overall well being. Start small, celebrate your successes, and watch how your relationship with movement transforms. So, right now in the comments below, I would love to hear how confidence affects your workouts. Do you notice a difference in how you move when you're feeling confident versus feeling anxious? And that's it. Thanks for joining me for today's hot topic. Join me next week where we'll dive into another important aspect of bone healthy movement. I'll see you then.